congratulations, Nigeria, for a peaceful conduct of yesterday's elections. Good evening and welcome to Newsline. My name is Jennifer Igwe. Our parting shot the last time was the promise of a bumper package tonight. Ours is always a promise kept, as you would see when we dish out the delicacies we have prepared just for you. Keeping with the mood of the nation, we will bring you reports on yesterday's elections that you never got to see on television. Our Eagle Eye reporters were able to see the unusual and share the experience with you. Then we will sound the melodies from some of Nigeria's traditional instruments that now make waves at social gatherings. While you are still savoring that, the traditional festival of a community in eastern Nigeria that celebrates men in the age group of 80 will capture your attention. Our feature on a woman who has veered into a man's world will convince you that Nigerian women get bolder by the day. Plus the story on gallant men who put their lives on the line for the love of the country. We will not forget to showcase what corporate organizations are doing to promote their companies. These stories and more are well aligned, just waiting to be reeled out. But on cue are details of the news making the rounds. To relay them to you is Rhoda Obo in Abuja. Hello, Rhoda.
And of course, indeed, a loaded package you've got there in Lagos tonight. And of course, can't wait to see the other side of the election. Really interested in that one because we've seen that the hard side of the elections, all the hard stories. Well, we can't wait to see the other side, of course, expecting that it would be the unique things that happen in Lagos. Hello there, a warm welcome. Indeed, congratulations to Nigeria. It's indeed being a very, very peaceful elections here in Nigeria. First, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has warned against what it describes as premature publication of announcement of election results by any unauthorized person or organization, especially on the said social media. Chairman INEC, Professor Tahiru Jaga, emphasized that only INEC is empowered by law to announce results of elections. Ignatius Nko reports.
Of presidential and National Assembly elections in most polling units across the country, attention has now shifted to the chairman of INEC, who briefed local and foreign media on the conduct of the 2015 presidential election. He advised Nigerians to disregard any result not declared by INEC.
Only INEC is empowered by law to announce results, and it is an offense for anyone to preempt the commission in this regard.
The INEC chairman said reports from most states reveal that collation of results are ongoing.
According to reports from our state offices, the collation of results has commenced and is going on well. The commission commends Nigerians for the resilience and remarkable understanding they exhibited in the face of many difficulties.
INEC also announced that the final collation of results from all the 36 states and FCT of the presidential and National Assembly elections will commence at 12 noon at the INEC Collation Center here in Abuja on Monday, 30th of March 2015. As at the time of this press briefing by the chairman of the commission, which is about some minutes to 7 o'clock in the evening, the commission says there's no any state residential electoral commissioner who has brought in a result of any state. From the International Conference Center, Abuja, Ignatius Nko, NTA News.
Meanwhile, election observer mission to Nigeria has appealed to Nigerian electorates to extend the level of maturity displayed during the presidential and National Assembly election to that of the governorship and state houses of assembly scheduled for April 11th. This was at a preliminary declaration briefing by ECOWAS election observer monitoring team held at the commission's secretariat in Abuja. Saliu Abdullahi was there at the briefing and filing this report.
Though not the final declaration by the ECOWAS Commission on the outcome of the first phase of election being conducted in Nigeria, the preliminary declaration will go a long way in adding value to the outcome of the Commission's final observations.
Despite the pocket of incidents and logistical challenge, the ECOWAS Observation Mission is persuaded that the general election of March 28, 2015, as well as the ongoing one, meets the basic criteria for being free and transparent.
The Commission commended the government, Nigerian electorate, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), security agencies, as well as other relevant stakeholders for peaceful conduct during the elections.
On probing, we found that the transportation arrangements had collapsed last minute, and this was why INEC could not get the staffers and logistics to stations on time.
The briefing provided opportunity for the head of African Union election observers to also highlight some of the outcome of their mission, where they noted that Nigeria's election constituted an important opportunity for deepening democracy in Africa. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Also, the Director, National Orientation Agency, Mike Omeri, has appealed to Nigerians to exercise caution in the manner with which election results are published online before the electoral umpire released the final results. It was during his visit to the Women's Situation Room for Peaceful Elections. Aishatu Zanga Abdullahi has details.
Mr. Omeri commended the initiative by Nigerian women for introducing a mechanism to checkmate acts of violence. He said he became interested with the development, especially as it involves women and the youth.
You can communicate, but again, there are safety nets that control this messaging. So let's apply it here. The government of Nigeria is civil. It is it allows freedom of expression in all forms, and it should not be abused simply because we want to communicate. Communicate must be impactful, must be targeted at getting some positive action. Anyone that will derail society should be condemned in its entirety.
He also interacted and commended all parties for the intellect, interest, and resources deployed for the nation to have a credible electoral process. In Abuja, Aishatu Zangwa Abdullahi, NTA News.
Now, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, has refuted speculations that the organization has announced the results of the presidential and National Assembly elections. A statement by the Director General of the FRCN, Malam Ladan Saliu, states that the speculations are false, dubious, and totally untrue. He says a responsible and credible broadcast organization, Radio Nigeria, will only announce results declared by a competent authority vested with such responsibility, which is the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The FRCN management further reminds all stations to ensure strict compliance with the guidelines of political coverage by Electoral Act and INEC and the NBC Code. And still talking elections, the media director and publicity of the PDP presidential campaign organization, Femi Fani Kaide, has called on Nigerians to disregard the presidential election result in circulations on the social media. The media director, while briefing journalists in Abuja, said the president not only won his polling booth and ward, but also won in virtually every other ward in the 4 local government areas of Ile-Ife in Osun State.
Lies and disinformation of the APC is to create high expectations for their supporters, so that when the real results come out and they are announced by INEC, and when those real results do not tally with the fake results that the APC have told their agents and friends to release, they will begin to run riot, create havoc, and kill people. This is irresponsible and dangerous. We should all patiently wait for INEC to release the official results of all the elections, and until then, we call on our supported party members to hold their heads up high, to remain confident and strong, and to hold their peace.
He also said the abysmal performance of the card readers during the Saturday polls has vindicated and proven the legitimacy and earlier concerns of the party. Meanwhile, as Nigerians continued to vote in some parts of the country today, it was also Palm Sunday. President Goodluck Jonathan joined other Christians community the world over to observe the Palm Sunday at the Aso Villa Chapel. Correspondent Shagun Laole reports.
President Jonathan, as usual, taking up the call to service after the Bible studies as the church observed the Palm Sunday, the day of the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem. It is also a day for the Aso Villa community to give thanks to God for a peaceful general elections in Nigeria and the protection of President Jonathan throughout the elections process. These are the words and admonition of the sermonist, Reverend William Okoye, former chaplain of Aso Villa Chapel, whose exhortation has as its theme, victory rests with the Lord. Reverend Okoye reminded everyone that God puts people in authority for his own purpose. And if by every standard man has given his best, the rest, he said, is for the Lord to decide.
You don't know the way you came to this place. God sovereignly brought you here. If God wants you to continue, God will make a way. Just focus on the remaining time and give it your best. But it's not a do or die thing. If we will, we give thanks to God for the opportunity He has already given to us to serve.
If given another opportunity, Reverend Okoye encouraged the President to acknowledge only God Almighty, review the past deeds, right or wrong, and repackage them. Venerable Obioma Onwuzuruba also gave his words of encouragement at this period.
Thank you for the leadership, Mr. President, who has said to Nigerians that leadership is not a do or die. May we all die. That is only God who gives.
The horse is made ready for the day of the battle, but victory rests with the Lord. So says the sermonist at this Palm Sunday service held at the Aso Villa Chapel.
From Aso Villa Chapel, Abuja, Shagulawale, NTA News.
Christians mark Palm Sunday, the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ, where he asserted his authority and kingship. They have been admonished to meet the needs of the Lord, which is the need of the church and the society. This was the thrust of sermons in various churches in Abuja. Correspondent Ifeanyi Zumba has details.
Vicar of the Basilica of Grace, Anglican Communion Gudu, Venerable Festus Mwafili, emphasized that God created man with different gifts for different purposes.
So when we make life better for others, then we have met the need of God.
At the Catholic Cathedral of 12 Apostles Central Area, the parish priest, Reverend Willie Ojukwu, taking his text from the book of Mark 11, stressed that God is the creator and owner of everything on earth and has authority over them.
He's very straight, going to the city, and also he made mention the donkey had never been used. That is showing you that God is number one.
At the Dominion Chapel International Church Area 1, Archbishop John Praise Daniel told Christians that the glory of God shall be made manifest and his will prevail over Nigeria.
To see how people can come to the knowledge and the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. Because that's the price he paid at Easter when he sacrificed his life for sin, for the sin of man, for the redemption of mankind.
In Abuja, Ifeanyi Zumba, NTA News.
Was not also left out, as many churches joined their counterparts the world over to commemorate Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday is one of the most important days in the Christian calendar after Christmas and Easter. The celebration of Palm Sunday originated in the Jerusalem church around the late 4th century. It commemorates the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover. The Gospels record the arrival of Jesus riding into the city on a donkey, while crowds spread their cloaks and palm branches on the streets to welcome him.
But Jesus rode on a donkey to show us to be humble in life.
Has triumph, and because he is victorious, we shall be victorious in every situation.
Palm Sunday is a Sunday that Christ showed us that he is victorious even over death.
Bible history experts say the significance of Jesus riding a donkey and having his way paved with palm branches is a fulfillment of a prophecy in Zechariah chapter 9, verse 9.
And he went to die to restore every Christian.
We want all Christians to know that it is for our sake that Christ went through this way of the cross.
Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. It's literally echo as Christians world over celebrate Palm Sunday, preceding the Holy Week, the week that Jesus suffered and died on the cross of Calvary. In Abuja, Ruben Okala, NTA News.
Thank you, Ruben. That was actually Ruben Okala's report as he traced the origin and significance of Palm Sunday. We now take you to Lagos, where we told you many churches joined their counterparts across Nigeria to commemorate Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday is the reenactment of Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem when he rode on a donkey and the crowd greeting him with palm fronds. The donkey symbolizes humility, while the palm fronds symbolize victory which Jesus had over sin and death. Members of the African Bethlehem Cathedral Church and St. Peter's Anglican Church organized processions to mark Palm Sunday. The Right Reverend Julius Abe, Bishop of Lagos Central Diocese of the African Bethlehem Cathedral Church and the Vicar of the St. Peter's Anglican Church, spoke with NTA News on the significance of Palm Sunday.
We are celebrating Jesus, who brought peace into our world.
Donkey, very dirty, very small, and it's not for royalty, but it's a beast of body. So Jesus Christ is carrying the body of the entire world.
At the Holy Cross Cathedral Church, a special church service was held to commemorate Palm Sunday.
Our values as human beings, as Nigerians, should be to find ways and means of making life better for other people, working for the common good.
Some other churches also marked the Palm Sunday with church services.
Back to election matters. The Minister of Tourism, Culture and National Orientation Agency, Chief Adam Duke, has commended President Goodluck Jonathan over his humility, conduct and patience with which he handled the inability of the card reader machine to access his permanent voter card, and that of the First Lady, Dame Patience Jonathan, at the first instance of accreditation at their registration center in Otueke. The Minister spoke with correspondent Kenneth Nani in Abuja.
This reverberated very well with voters across the country. I think Nigerians must be proud not only of the elections that I've held against all odds, but proud of a president who at the most challenging time during his exercising of his civic responsibility showed integrity and candor. And this is the true defining moment of the 2015 election day.
And in spite of problems posed by the card reader machine to the smooth conduct of the election, voters turn out in large numbers to exercise their franchise in Ebonyi South Senatorial District. Charles Agboamalu reports. And now the Information Minister, Senator Patricia Kwashiki, joined thousands of eligible voters at her home country in the Nasarawa Egon local government area of Nasarawa State for the presidential and National Assembly elections. Correspondent Anthony Forsing reports that the minister, like every other voter, came out as early as 7 o'clock in the morning for accreditation at her polling units before going round some polling units to monitor the conduct of the exercise. When When it was time to begin the vote casting, Senator Okwashike returned to her polling unit where she then cast her vote. Despite the slight hitches that were experienced, the minister expressed confidence in the whole exercise.
I expect them to be peaceful. You know, the youth are pushing forward. Everybody is tired. So you can understand that tempers are running, but we are trying to calm people down. When they calm down, then the process will move faster.
And of course, with elections still in the air, electorates came out in their numbers to vote for the presidential and National Assembly candidates of their choice as the elections held in 5 local governments in Lagos. Musa Tolat monitored voting exercise in some polling units and wards in the state.
It was an impressive turnout of voters at the polling units and wards visited by NTA news crew. At Unit 10, Ward 6 in Akeson, under Alimosho local government area, voting commenced at 12:26 in the afternoon and the exercise was peaceful and calm.
We came here today now and I have voted. People are still voting. The queues may be long, but it's peaceful.
The story was the same in Egon Igondo community. This is Unit 004, Ward 6 in Idubale, Egon Igondo community, under the Alimosho local government. According to INEC officials here, 642 people were accredited yesterday. Unfortunately, voting could not take place. So today, they are here and people have come out en masse to vote.
They have tried to arrange us in queues and then they ensured that you know your number on the register. They will not allow you to vote.
The security that was there yesterday was too little to control the people. Today, everything has been under control. No problem ever since.
In Ipaja, Unit 031 Ward 7 witnessed light turnout of voters who defied the harsh midday sun to carry out their civic responsibilities. Olajide Bello, who monitored voting in Aja, Orunshoki and Etiosa, reports that early movement of sensitive materials to the various wards and polling units ensured hitch-free voting exercises. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
Now in Gombe State, the resident electoral commissioner, Kashim Gaidam, dispels rumors of security threats to disrupt ongoing collation of results of the presidential and National Assembly election in the state by suspected insurgents. The rec, who appeared shocked by rumors, said while addressing the press conference that the collation will continue by 9 o'clock Monday morning. He asked Nigerians to always cross-check information before jumping into conclusion. And the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Ade Abolorin, has commended Nigerians for maintaining peace during the presidential and National Assembly elections. He made the commendation when he was monitoring the polls in FCT, Kaduna and Nasarawa states. Correspondent Moromoke Oluyori, who accompanied the NSCDC bus, reports.
The Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Ade Abolorin, who visited polling units in various parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Kaduna and Nasarawa states during the elections, was impressed with the manner in which the electorates conducted themselves during the polls. He said the voters' good behavior during the polls, in spite of some few challenges experienced, is worthy of emulation and has proved that Nigeria democracy has come to stay.
So far so good, it has been peaceful, it has been orderly, apart from the fact that people are complaining concerning the use of the new equipment. Otherwise, it has been very peaceful.
The Commandant General stated that the NSCDC deployed more than 170,000 officers and men of the Corps and sniff dogs across the country for presidential and National Assembly elections. From Bakinruwa Rigasa in Kaduna State, Moromoke Oluyori, NTA News.
And in Bauchi, gunmen attacked Karfi and Al-Kaleri Divisional Police Headquarters in Bauchi State. A statement signed by the police public relations officer, DSP Haruna Mohammed said the gunmen also destroyed many electoral materials in Al-Kalari, Darazo and Karafi local government areas. Efforts have been intensified to apprehend perpetrators. The Bauchi state government has imposed a 24-hour curfew in Bauchi, Al-Kalari, Karafi town with immediate effect. The Nigerian women have restated their commitment towards being part of the electoral process in the country. This can be attested to considering the large turnout of female voters at various polling units monitored by correspondent Aishatu Zango Abdullahi. We'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin. Now, Nigerian women have restated their commitment towards being part of the electoral process in the country. All right, I beg your pardon, I'll take that again. All state government agencies which have been meddling the issues approval certificates for environmental impact assessment report on projects within their domain cannot continue to carry on as business as usual, as a Court of Appeal sitting in Kaduna has declared such actions illegal and unconstitutional. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Environment, Nana Fatima, at a media briefing said the power to issue environmental impact assessment report is vested only in the Federal Ministry of Environment. Correspondent Aisha Bello Mustafa reports.
In form of an environmental impact assessment. In other words, we must confirm that such project, whatever it is, will not have any negative impact on our environment.
Since inception, the National Environmental Standards Regulations and Enforcement Agency has been in a series of conflicts with state ministries and environmental agencies over the enforcement of the Environmental Impact Assessment Act. A case in point was the civil case instituted against the Kaduna State Environmental Protection Authority and Helios Towers over a permit issued for the erection of a steel mast in a residential area in Kaduna.
To issue EIA certificate to assist with the federal government of Nigeria under the EIA Act Cap E12 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004.
It's the responsibility of NEDRA to ensure that companies or regulated community duly carry out their EIA process and have EIA certificate issued by the Federal Ministry of Environment.
The landmark judgment by the Court of Appeal in Kaduna has laid to rest all contentions over the issuance of environmental impact assessment certificates in Nigeria. Aisha Bello Mustafa, NTA News.
Talking sports, Nigeria and South Africa on Sunday played draw in an international friendly with Ahmed Musa and Bongari Zungu, the goal scorers. We now join Manzi Marcus for more of this on sports.
After losing to the Cranes of Uganda last week in Uyo, Nigeria Super Eagles on Sunday shared the spoils with Bafana of South Africa in an international friendly decided at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit, South Africa. Ahmed Musa scored Nigeria's lone goal 5 minutes to regulation time, where the South Africans equalized in the 93rd minute.
Serrero looking to prove poignant in the middle of the park, but the eloquence of Inazi's play denies them. A shot taken in! Ahmed Musa scores what should be a winner. With his second international goal, it's gone horribly wrong for Nigeria at the death.
Nigeria's dominance over South Africa continues as in 11 appearances between the two, Nigeria have won 7, drawn 3 and lost 1. With sports news updates, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
And that sports update there. Stay with us, more to come tonight on Newsline.
5 megabytes, enough to post your favorite pictures of Lucky, your beloved Bingo, on the internet. And maybe Lucky could be all the rage. Think 10 megabytes. Wow! Let us upload a video of Lucky. Now Lucky is a YouTube sensation. Okay, 500 megabytes. Whoa. Lucky selfies, Lucky album downloads, Lucky Instagram photo bombs with flavor. Allow me, and look, it's the bench. 1 gig. Watch Lucky take the red carpet live at his new movie premiere and watch the making of his latest music video featuring Omawumi. You have brought Lucky this far on 1 gig. Just take a couple of seconds to think how far you're gonna get on Glow Internet.
Stay ahead. Upgrade to Glow Mobile Broadband High-Speed Internet for everyone. Enjoy the new all-purpose data pack. Use it the way you want. 1 day pack for 50 naira and 7 day pack for 200 naira.
La Casera. Get the Apple fees.
Introducing Smart Connect, where get plenty awoof to allow you talk, text, and browse in your for 10 in the morning. Say you know say with just 200 naira recharge card, Airtel they summer me with 200% bonus to earn more with any network.
Now you not call me your fiance.
Relax. In fact, I don't buy your own address every day. As correct vessel, anytime I recharge 200 naira and above, Smart Connect they serve me with free internet to browse. If you want to make your family follow you enjoy, buy your 4-in-1 family pack for the price of one. Oh baby.
This girl too, na family and friends.
No carry last though. Buy your Airtel SIM today.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Some say it's a sharp pain. Some might even say it's a shocking pain. And it's usually caused by hot, cold drinks. It definitely affects the quality of life. The treatment for tooth sensitivity can be very simple. Brushing with Sensodyne twice daily will give you long-lasting protection from tooth sensitivity. Sensodyne works inside the tooth and it soothes the nerve, and then the patient will have a relief of their pain. Sensodyne can be used every day. You don't have to use another toothpaste. For me to have a toothpaste that solves that problem so simply is what I like about Sensodyne.
I am going to do things I have never done before. To subscribe to any of the Better Me bundles, or download my 2015 app, dial *123*4#. Data charges apply on app usage. MTN, everywhere you go.
Good people of Nigeria, during the general elections, accreditation of voters will take place in all polling units from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Card readers will be used to verify the permanent voter's card presented by each voter. Names of voters who pass the verification by the card reader will be checked in the voters register and duly accredited. Voting will commence at 1:30 p.m. till the last person on the queue has voted. Do not come to the polling unit with another person's voter's card. Keep away from the polling unit if you do not have a permanent voter's card. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission,
supported by the European Union through the UNDP Democratic Governance for Development (DGD2) project. I'm making your vote count, consolidating our democracy.
Can you help me do this?
Let's talk about me.
Can your milk do this?
Love is sweet tea, love is a muppet. Love is wild, sweet stuck to your pockets. Love is a kiss when you
Can your milk do this? Evaporated milk, your cereals, oats, smoothies, custards, ice cream, and variation of beverages taste pleasantly different. Hollandia evaporated milk. Life tastes different.
The House of Chi.
Welcome back. We will start NewsLine tonight with the conduct of yesterday's election in some riverine communities in Lagos State. I was put to the journey to these areas to monitor the exercise, and my experience is what I'm about to share with you. If you must know, the only way to get to these communities is by boat. The thought of doing so becomes scary if you, like me, cannot swim. Anyway, I took the bull by the horn, said a few prayers, entered the boat, and here's the rest of the story. Whether you're taking a cruise, embarking on a yachting adventure, traveling or monitoring elections, one thing must be pertinent, and that is safety. So first and first, ensure you have a reliable life jacket. Strong coastal currents can get the boat rocking, even if it's a speed boat. And if you have no clue as to how to swim like me, then you probably have your heart in your mouth all through your ride. In this state, the sight of security operatives patrolling with gunboats can aggravate your tension. Just like the situation we have on land, where we have security points to ensure that wrong movements do not happen and that things happen orderly. We also have security personnel scattered on the water. Riverine communities are home to millions of Lagosians, so my first port of call was Sabon-Goji Island under the Amuwodofi local government area. There I met some Nigerians at the jetty who were frustrated because they couldn't travel to areas where they had registered.
We don't have boats to cross the water to go and vote, and we register it in Apapa.
But why did you register at Apapa?
During that time, we are working in the Apapa.
I am right now at Ituagon community under Amuwodofi local government area of Lagos State. One of the communities you can only access by boat. They are having field verification, and so the INEC official is sending most of them back home to go and wash their hands. What's going to happen to those of them they've sent back home when they come back and the deadline, we've reached the deadline? What's going to happen to them?
We'll give them the accreditation grace, which we're told to do. Because most of them have been here as early as 8 with us. So they've been going, coming. It's not fair when we just tell them because of time. We're here to serve them.
For those who successfully finished their accreditations on time, a quick swim to ease off the stress of the long queue and scorching sun was inevitable. Takwa Bay, the beach island under the Etiosa local government area of Lagos State, certainly had a beach recreation free day as members of the community turned out in large numbers to carry out their civic responsibilities. As much as I was scared of a boat mishap because of my inability to swim, I must say the boat ride was a pleasant experience. I will do it all over again and again. Now, eagle-eyed Oyinaya Oka was also sent to some communities in the Federal Capital Territory to monitor the conduct of the elections. On our way to these places, and even while on some of the locations, Oyinaya observed some people doing other things but accreditation and voting. Trust her to tell us all about it.
Was as taxing as it was interesting. At the physically challenged settlement in Kware Area Council, I watched and followed an old woman who had to trek a long distance and needed help to cross a highway to get to the polling unit. While at the voting center, clutching a purse containing her PVC, she showed strong will despite the glaring sign of tiredness after queuing for long.
Since coming to the polling center, I have been moving around without help and even fell down. But anywhere there is election, I will participate.
At Dafa village, a typical rural community in Kwale Area Council, normal activities was going on as if there was no election. I came across some youth educating themselves on the need to shun violence.
We need peace in our country and the progress.
Noticing an old woman surrounded by children and women, I discovered she was frying cake that had an appetizing aroma.
Perhaps you'll be thinking this is beans cake, but it is not. This is another different cake known as pankaso. It is made with millet and a root from a popular tree in this community. Well, I just came here and I met this old woman frying it. And I want to taste this, you know. Nigeria is blessed with different food. So why not? Let me give it a try. It's really nice, though.
For this men in Kuje Area Council, how to produce food was their major concern.
Now food now, no we say na the by force. I force myself to make I get out to chop. I go thief now, no good because I get small children for house.
Man, it's not easy. But you know in Nigerian parlance, they say man must work, whether there's election or no election. Abi, you know, go eat food.
There's no way Oinaya could have missed all she just presented to you. She has the mark for scratching beyond the surface for search of extra. Thanks for those extras on election day at the FCT. Now, the rich cultural heritage of the Igbos was brought to the limelight at this year's Ito-Ogbo Festival of the ancient kingdom of Obosi. Obosi is located in the Idemili North local government area of Anambra State. Chinyere Fesiokoe reports that the festival celebrates those who have attained the age of 80 and above in the community.
The Triennial Festival is a culturally valuable celebration of old age that has existed in Obosi Kingdom for centuries. This 2015 Itobo Festival was heralded with the welcoming of celebrants by the Igwe and the wife who performed the necessary cultural requirements of inducting them to the group known as Obueshi. Iwechi Dubem, some notable sons of the community, and the representative of the Minister of Culture and Tourism and the Supervising Minister of Information, Edem Duke, speak on the essence of such festival and what it portends to the younger generation.
Well, what it means is that they have to engage themselves in activity that will ensure them to attain this 80 years.
And they are deemed to become wise people. They're deemed to become peacemakers in the community.
Well, the greatest benefit is that all Obosi people look forward to being 80.
And again, to have ceremonies like this where people from all walks of life, young people who live in the cities come together, makes for some kind of social cohesion.
Some of the celebrants expressed their joy.
Well, I feel all right. I'm 80 years today.
I stay with my God. I praise my God every time. He made me fine.
The pork-making event, which climaxed with the cutting of the birthday cake, afforded participants of various age brackets the opportunity to socialize as different cultural dance groups were on ground to entertain the guests from far and near.
Never sounds like a broken record to say that Nigeria is very rich in culture and proud of our heritage. Moving on, you must have heard it said, Eco for show, yes. That is because the people of Lagos are endowed with the ability to turn any event, no matter how small, into a fun fair. And trust me, there are all kinds of events in Lagos that whet the social appetite of Lagosians. What caught NewsLine's attention in this particular social gathering was the instrument that produced the music. It took us back to our roots. Who says Nigeria is not rich in cultural heritage? Well, take a good look and listen so you can understand perfectly what I am saying.
Traditional African instruments there, producing sonorous and melodious music to the delight of the gathering, who equally responded with their various dance steps. The local instruments come in various sizes and shapes and equally produce different sounds. These sounds or rhythm are sometimes culturally inclined, while others tell stories or used to praise dignitaries or traditional rulers. Some of the instruments are associated with different ethnic groups. The talking drum belongs to the Yorubas, while the Igbos are known for their ekwe and udu. When you talk of the kakaki, the north readily comes to mind. There are, however, a few of the instruments that cut across the various ethnic groups in Nigeria. Many of these instruments are on display at the National Museum in Lagos for posterity. For these respondents, tunes from the local instruments are dynamic and remain the only true form of entertainment.
If they are beating drum, I can translate it to you that this is what the drum is saying.
Local instruments is nice.
I enjoy the local one past the foreign one.
A music director with the Music Society of Nigeria says, sounds from local instruments promote better music and performances. He speaks further on the types and classification of local instruments.
We have the Iyailu, which is a mother drum. If you look out there, that's the Iyailu. That is it, yeah. Yes, then you have the Gongo. Gongo is the leading drum. It's really actually the talking drum. It talks, it gives proverbs. You have the idophone types. These idophones are self-sounding instruments. Like you have the agogo, this is the one, yes. This actually is modernized. It's called agogophone. You have what is called aerophones. Aerophones are instruments like the flute. This is a typical one. It's the Igbo type, which
And who says culture isn't dynamic?
Something about our local instruments is that when you hear the beat, you can't help but shake to it. Our correspondent in Ilorin, Aisha Abubakar Yaya, tells us that there is a woman in that town who earns a living operating a commercial tricycle. In Ilorin, it is called Keke Napep. It is strange to see a woman doing this kind of work. But like you already know, what a man knows how to do, a woman does better. Aisha, let's meet this woman of courage.
True to the general saying that what a man can do, a woman can do better, Riskat Saliu has been in this male-dominated tricycle, popularly known as Keke Napep transportation business, since 2012 to support her husband in keeping up with their family needs.
This is Danielu in Gakambi area of Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, where Riskat Saliu, popularly called First Lady by her male counterparts, carry out her transportation business. She resumes here as early as 5:30 and closes between 7 and 8 p.m. every day.
The 42-year-old Riskat Saliu, popularly called First Lady by her male counterparts in the transportation business, has in the past 3 years established herself in the business in Gakambi, Agbabiaka and Danielu axis of Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Aside the fact that Riskat does the business with happiness, she also derives pleasure being a woman doing such business.
The time they do launching and the government has started there. I just like to do this farm because it's too easy for me not to add. Out of those business that I've already doing, there is no opportunity like this.
A native of Oyo in Osun State, Riskat Saliu, who is blessed with 4 kids, says there is dignity in labor. NTA took time to follow her home to know whether she has any challenge so far and how she wants her business to thrive if she has the opportunity.
My challenge is that I always spend all the money that I'm achieving there to do it when it's spoiled. So this one has already been old. I need, if I see anybody who can help me to buy another one.
She described her chosen business as not only a source of contributing to her family needs, but a good example for all women out there to learn on how not to depend solely on their husbands for their needs and that of their children. Her relationship with her male counterpart can best be described as cordial, which a female customer of hers also attests to.
It's very interesting To me, I see her to be somebody very hardworking.
Wow, it's really impressive. Saying what a man can do, a man can do it better. So it's really encouraging. I really love that for her.
First lady ó jẹ́ ẹnìkan tó jẹ́ alákẹ́kọ̀ọ́ dáadáa.
Àtòyìn ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tá a ti ṣètò kẹ̀kẹ́ fún ó gbìyànjú tẹ́ pé higher process kẹ̀kẹ́.
I used to travel a lot. Even at East, we see women go to farm. So immediately she told me, so I don't see anything wrong with it. Before I marry her, I saw her as a hardworking, smart. In fact, let's say if I want to pay for house rent, and maybe by that time I was broke, so she used to borrow me money, so pay later I will give her back. So sometimes she can do some things. If I want to pay her back, she will say, my husband, leave it.
They're doing what everyone thought only men could do. Keep it up, sister. A commercial break is what is on the queue. When NewsLine returns, one winner of a corporate promotion almost lost her grand prize, while another did lose hers. Find out why shortly.
Your call credit is low.
No, they finish with 50% bonus on all recharge monthly, 100% instant bonus daily, and 200% bonus every weekend to call all networks. You never have to worry about your airtime on the Etisalat network. Talk longer when you recharge today.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
Looking for this?
Mommy, you're the best. Always know what's best, Mom.
All I ever really wanted is here with me. It's my family.
Now that's different.
It's the same Gino tomato paste, but in a convenient new pack.
Expensive?
Not at all. It costs even less.
Mom always knows what's best.
The family's always happy with Gino. The times we have here, good moments we share. Gino truly cares.
Introducing Smart Connect, where get plenty awoof to allow you talk, text, and browse nyafu for tiny money.
Igwe. Say you know say with just 200 naira recharge card, Airtel dey serve me with 200% bonus to yarn more with any network.
Now you not call me your fiance.
Relax. In fact, I don't buy your own address in every as correct person. Anytime I recharge 200 naira and above, Smart Connect they serve me with free internet to browse. If you want to make your family follow you enjoy, buy your 4-in-1 family pack for the price of one. Oh baby.
This girl too, na family and friends.
No carry last to buy your Airtel SIM today.
Who have given tirelessly of themselves and their substance to the expansion of the Catholic Church in Nigeria. Joy Ken Abakpoya was at the ceremony in Lagos, where a one-time director at the NTA was among the beneficiaries.
The Laity Week is an annual event in Catholic churches worldwide. Events lined up to celebrate the week provide the opportunity for the church to appreciate the lay faithful. The lay faithful are members of the church who are not clergists. They are appreciated for their contribution to evangelism and the growth of the Catholic Church. Among activities to celebrate the week is the presentation of awards to deserving laity who have contributed immensely to the growth of the Catholic Church in Nigeria. Among the beneficiaries were a former director of news at the Nigerian Television Authority, Gold Oru, mother of the Lagos State Governor, Mama Omolara Fashola, and the governor's wife, Abimbola Fashola, amongst others.
We cannot have such a celebration or ceremony without recognizing those members of the church who have distinguished themselves in their spirituality, in their contributions, in their participation, and in their being there for the church. And if we do not recognize such people, I think we shall be like the ungrateful people who only receive and does not know how to give.
Here's how some members of the Catholic Church describe one of the beneficiaries, Gold Uru.
She built a little chapel for NTA, and for me, that's a good Christian. She's not a churchgoer, she's a Christian trying to help other believers to enjoy the work of God.
She's been doing a lot of good work in the church, so I'm happy they have seen her good works this year. She deserves it.
It's a very amiable president. She deserves every award. She's a devoted candidate.
On her part, the grace to serve is from God, and she returns the glory to Him.
It's pleasing to me. It's encouraging also to me, and I'm grateful to the Archdiocese for it.
At the Mass which preceded the award presentation, Monsignor Bernard Kodwa advised the lay faithful to continue to serve God without reservation.
That was a well-deserved honor. It is appropriate that honor is given to whom it is due while they are still alive. Now, a woman almost forfeited the grand prize she won in the grand finale of the First Bank's Saving Bonanza. This is because when contacted on phone by the bank's officials at the draw, she assumed they were scammers and told them off. Emil Dore, who compiled this report, says that not less than 1,350 customers of the bank went away with giveaway prizes.
Madam, please come to Agidi. Do you know All Seasons Plaza? If you can come with somebody, don't be afraid. All Seasons Plaza. Madam, don't be afraid.
That was Ebisa Onyema, a customer of First Bank, reacting to a call from the bank, notifying her of her emergence as one of the winners of the grand prize of a car in the bank's Gift Splash Reloaded campaign. She is now the proud owner of a brand new Toyota Corolla car.
I never thought it was true, but now they have actually made me to believe that indeed this is for real.
The campaign, the sixth in the series, the bank says is aimed at promoting the culture of saving among Nigerians.
3 months ago, we awarded the house to a winner in Lekki, which won a 4-bedroom detached house. This time around, it's 6 Toyota Corolla vehicles being given out. It will continue, and it will not be a substitute for the fantastic services that we offer to our customers.
It's a way of making banking experiential. You're not just our customers are not just customers; they're a part of the family.
In this reloaded campaign, 240 customers have so far been rewarded with various prizes ranging from smartphones to home appliances and brand new cars, which 12 lakh customers drove home in.
I'm saying thanks to First Bank for giving out this opportunity.
As a credible financial organization, First Bank says it has over the years been adding value to the lives of its customers across Nigeria.
Everybody out there who is not already a savings account owner or a customer of First Bank, so take advantage of the good services that we offer.
The bank promises to continue to delight its customers with fantastic ideas, services, and rewards.
The extent to which fraudsters are duplicating genuine promos and bonanzas has become very worrisome. The woman could have lost her grand prize of a car if not for the persistence of the organizers, who she had suspected to be 419. Now, what could be more rewarding? Buying a drink you enjoy and getting rewarded with cash and kind. Amazing, right? Well, that's what consumers stand to gain when they buy Lucozade and Ribena for the period of GlaxoSmithKline's big cash giveaway promotion. Thekla Wilkie will tell us more about this.
Needs were met and lives changed when loyal consumers of Ribena and Lucozade were rewarded in Lagos in the ongoing Lucozade Ribena giveaway promo by GlaxoSmithKline.
It's an initiative that was just designed to thank our consumers for patronizing us and to encourage them to keep choosing Lucozade and Ribena.
One winner will go home with a sum of 1 million naira every week for the 8 weeks that the promo will run, while 75 people will win 10,000 naira every week nationwide.
I wasn't really expecting it to happen, but with this, it was kind of a surprise.
However, this winner of 1 million naira lost the grand prize because when contacted at the draw, she mistook the organizers for fraudsters.
We win the 1 million naira at this promo, and I'm
Madam. They've called many of the millionaires today, but they refused. But well, I can still see we still need to work hard. Well, apart from the 419 people, we still know that there is still truth in this country, Nigeria.
To qualify for the draw, all consumers need to do is to buy either one case of Lucozade Boost or Ribena 150 ml, or 7 packs of 288 ml, or 3 packs of 500 ml PET, otherwise known as plastic bottles. Look out for the Lucozade or Ribena brand ambassadors at the shop where the product is purchased to collect a free gift and raffle draw ticket, which might just make the consumer the next lucky millionaire.
Lucozade contains glucose, which is the body and brain's preferred source of energy. So anytime you're having an energy low, you can drink your Lucozade and it keeps you going. It gives you energy fast. That is why our communication on Lucozade is get everyday energy fast. And we know Ribena as well is rich in vitamin C. It's a great source of vitamin C. That is why mothers choose it frequently for their kids.
Management of GlaxoSmithKline says the well-being of consumers of its brand is paramount to the existence of the company. It therefore assured Nigerians that GlaxoSmithKline will keep boosting and re-energizing Nigerians with the goodness and great taste of Ribena and Lucozade.
Another winner there. She lost her winning because she could not differentiate between genuine promoters and fraudsters. Now, who can do something about these scammers? Dangote Cement has commenced production at its newly constructed multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art cement factory located in Port Senegal. The 1.5 million tons per annum capacity plant is expected to meet the cement need of Senegal and export to neighboring Mali and Gambia. Jane Ojuku reports.
To the management of Dangote Cement, it is a new dawn for the Senegalese construction subsector as the $300 million Dangote Cement factory begins to roll out its 42.5R superior quality cement, known for its extra strength, longer lifespan, and higher yield. Barely 3 months after the introduction of the 42.5R into the Senegalese market, the cement, according to the management of Dangote and their customers, has overtaken the rest in the market. The reason Dangote Cement says is simple: superior quality product offered at parity price.
With 42.5, you get a better relation cement sand. So your final product, your cost of cement, becomes a lot lower in your final in your end product. This difference can go up to 15 and 20% of the cement cost, which is quite considerable for the end user. So it's also, we bring a cheaper way of construction to Senegal.
2,500 tons cement in this month. If you do the best quality in like this moment, you in one year you can control all the Senegal and the sub-region of West Africa.
The major raw materials are sourced locally, including limestone, laterite, and clay, with the exception of gypsum.
The limestone on this mine, according to Dangote Cement Senegal, is enough to sustain production of cement for at least 50 years.
The plant, the management of Dangote says, will no doubt contribute immensely to the socio-economic well-being of the locals and the economic development of Senegal.
Can you die for Nigeria? A test question our correspondent will answer when we return from this commercial break. Stay on the line.
On the path of sustained growth and economic development.
National infrastructure remains a core element of our transformation agenda. National assets and critical infrastructure.
On the march again, NSCDC is mandated to serve you for a better Nigeria. We are your grassroots partners in the brotherhood of prosperity. As we prepare for the forthcoming elections, do not mar the electoral process by allowing yourself to be used for public disturbance to destroy public, private, or government property, including ballot papers, ballot boxes, polling booths, INEC offices, and collating centers. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, canvases for a violent free election. Think Nigeria positively. Speak Nigeria positively.
Lives and the nation's infrastructure.
Where the skies are, nation's property. Now watch me do my zonto, azonto, azonto. Now watch me do my zonto, azonto, azonto. Now watch me do my zonto, azonto.
Ribena, packed with vitamin C. Release the goodness.
Some people pocket the load well to enjoy better life. But better plan to match not the sam. What of other people? Other people, they use correct insurance cover when gather weight to take face the battle. People will not get health insurance plan. Just be like fine house when you get roof plus window and heavy rains get the hammer around with him family. Correct health cover for take make sure say you plus your family tanda free from wahala and suffer head. As heavy rain dey wet person, dey shame am join. Na so emergency sickness wey no dey write letter dey shame person anyhow yaga. Na only small tachere money na you go use to get real hospital treatment plus protection. If you get your health insurance cover, treatment wahala don vamoose be that. Just waka go any national health insurance scheme office wey near you. National Health Insurance Scheme. Easy way for everybody to get confirmed health care.
Now that's different.
It's the same Gino tomato paste, but in a convenient new pack.
Expensive?
Not at all. It costs even less.
Mom always knows what's best.
The family's always happy with Gino. The times we have here, good moments we share. Gino truly cares.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
During the 2015 general election, slated for 28th March and 11th April 2015, thousands of Nigerians will as election officials. These include Youth Corps members, who will be serving as presiding and assistant presiding officers. Other Nigerians will work as collation officers and returning officers. In addition, many officials of INEC will be in the field supervising elections and providing backup support. Fellow Nigerians, it is our collective duty to protect election officials before, during, and after elections. We should not allow anyone to attack electoral officials. No election official should be injured or made to lose his or her life. Our young Youth Corps members participating must be protected wherever they're serving. We also wish to make it abundantly clear that security agencies will be present and ready to deal with anybody or group of persons with attempt to foment trouble or compromise the safety and well-being of its officials. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission,
supported by the European Union through the UNDP Democratic Governance for Development Project.
INEC, making your vote count, consolidating our democracy.
Hey, feel it, babe. I can't upload a video on my phone.
Are you sure you have data?
As in 4.5 gig now.
4.5 gig?
I'm telling you.
Since last week?
As in,
don't use your smartphone.
My network, it's faster than my network, I'm telling you.
Get Etisalat and enjoy more than enough data that works and is affordable.
Ah.
You see?
Okay, bye.
Would you
enjoy unparalleled speed with Easy Blaze? Broadband that's finally faster than you.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
This needs precision.
Yes!
Got to get her home before her curfew.
My dad!
Uh-oh, got to get her home fast. If we cut across 3 streets in 3 minutes and speed across the market in 2, should make it to the
Can we make it?
If we take the stairs at 30 seconds per flight, we just might. Yes! Made it in time. Mission accomplished.
Get everyday energy fast with Lucozade Boost.
Welcome back. A non-governmental organization, Ada Diorama Foundation, known for positively touching the lives of widows and the less privileged in the southeastern part of Nigeria, has celebrated 15 years of its existence. Kene Ndulue reports that the foundation poured out more of its milk of kindness on thousands of women who came to celebrate with it during its convention in Awka, Anambra State. Take a look.
Ada Diorama Foundation is a charitable organization established to alleviate the sufferings of the less privileged in the society. Its structures are established in all the 326 wards of Anambra State and has also spread across the 4 eastern states of Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Imo. As part of the ceremony commemorating its 15 years anniversary, the foundation deemed it necessary to reach out to more widows as well as motivate members of the foundation with empowerment items such as cars, sewing machines, and hairdressing equipment, among others. The founder and financier of the foundation, Dr. Nkolimo, said the organization is a fulfillment of our age-long passion to improve the lives of the less privileged members of the society.
It's all about love. I like putting smiles in people's faces.
We have been sharing over the years to the less privileged and the needy. Like the widows, we reached the coordinators of the state. They will now go into the nook and cranny of their state to select people who are mostly in need of these items.
Some of the beneficiaries who expressed their gratitude to Dr. Nkolimo described the gesture as unprecedented.
She will live longer to continue helping people in various areas. In fact, she is the second God. She is the one we know. She is the one, our hope. She is the one, mother of all, both from birth to adults.
The event also featured the presentation of awards to eminent persons, including Chief Arthur Eze and Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwanyi. A book on Chief Nkolimo titled The Jewel We Can't Forget to Remember was presented at the occasion.
To a question: how many Nigerians can die for this country, regardless of their professional calling? This question is prompted by the gallantry of the Nigerian armed forces fighting to eliminate terrorists in the northeast. Some officers and men have lost their lives in this effort. Mohammed Abdulkadir, who was live at the troubled spot in Maiduguri, Yola and Damaturu, shares his experience and those of other journalists.
From the onset, the choice to be counted among the defense correspondents who represented their organization well in the coverage and reportage of the proceedings in the troubled spots of Maiduguri, Yola, and Adamawa overwhelmingly got the better part of me.
Mission to mission areas of Madagali, Boza, Bama, and Sambisa forest by air is not a tea party, but rather an opportunity to have an insight into the workings between the air and the land troops to decimate the rank and files of the criminal elements.
First, my refusal to board the Nigerian Air Force ATR helicopter flying direct to Maiduguri for a preferred intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft that will fly through the corridors of action spots of Goza and Garkida was my own way of saying I'm ready to die serving my country. What about you?
It makes me to appreciate what our military men are doing, putting their life on the line for the safety of the entire nation.
They are doing a very wonderful job. From the screens, you could see the...
The impactful experience of journey of a lifetime is, however, influencing the choice of a career of my colleague, Ima Anrihi, who wants to go a step higher to defend his country.
Like, after 2 hours of flying up and down, like, I'll go and join the ambulance for my country because I want to be an Air Force personnel after this flight.
Flying over the grand battlefield can be terrifying, but my fear turned to fulfillment of being temporarily embedded for 5 hours into the Nigerian Air Force troops, providing area cover for the land troops. Not even the phobia of the much publicized anti-aircraft gun of terrorists that can only target objects flying at about 8,000 feet above the sea level compared to our ISR pilot Wing Commander Eze Victor, who maintained the altitude of 15,000 feet above the sea level. As I watched with keen interest through the monitor and the side window in the aircraft, I saw the land troops engaging terrorists with their bullets. I therefore opted to engage them with my biro. After all battles are fought on air, land, and in the media.
It is a great sacrifice the Nigerian troops are making to defend the nation's territorial integrity. Think of what you can do to defend your country.
Well done to our gallant soldiers and you too, Mohammed. The war against insurgency is as good as won. Stay on the line. NewsLine still has more to come. Let's take our last break on the program.
Filtered Starlight keeps you active all night long. Starlight, light it up. Drink responsibly.
Hey,
serious. Babe, I can't upload a video on my phone.
Are you sure you have data?
As in 4.5 gig now.
4.5 gig?
I'm telling you.
Since last week?
As in,
Don't use your smartphone.
my network, it's snail is faster than my network, I'm telling you.
Get Etisalat and enjoy more than enough data that works and is affordable. You see?
Okay, bye.
Would you
Enjoy unparalleled speed with Easy Blaze. Broadband that's finally faster than you.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
Today is the day. The day you overcome your doubts, the skeptics, and the last-minute nerves. The day you turn all those long-held dreams into reality. The day all the small steps you've taken come together. So, what are you waiting for?
Introducing Smart Connect, where get plenty hours to allow you talk, text, and browse in your phone for 10 in the morning. Say you know say with just 200 naira recharge card, Airtel they summer me with 200% bonus to yarn more with any network.
Now you not call me your fiance.
Relax. In fact, I don't buy your own address every day. As correct message, anytime I recharge 200 naira and above, Smart Connect they suffer me with free internet to browse. If you want to make your family follow you enjoy, buy your 4-in-1 family pack for the price of one. Oh baby.
This girl too, na family and friends.
No carry last to buy your Airtel SIM today.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Filtered Star, the finest ingredients, brought together with a touch of a master brewer. Millions of tiny golden bubbles dance to life with a shine that is positively infectious.
Welcome back. There is a category of football called five-a-side. It is gradually gaining ground in Nigeria. Adiola Omokive reports on a group of five-a-side players whose playing skills she witnessed at the legacy page of the National Stadium in Lagos. On Today in Sports, Adiola will tell us what the group is up to.
Today in Sports.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
In recent times, some groups have begun to shift attention away from the traditional 11-a-side to focus on the development of the 5-a-side pattern of football. It is a sport for amateur players and not professionals.
What we're trying to do with this is to give opportunity to the young kids that don't have the opportunity to play in the national teams.
The group of people seen at the National Stadium in Lagos are participating in the Nigeria qualifiers of the Football 5-a-side World Championship billed for Dubai next month. About 32 teams are competing in the Nigeria qualifiers for the World Championship.
We're just going to have one team that will represent Nigeria, and that team will join the remaining 47 other countries that are going to meet in Dubai in April for the World Championship.
These young guys hardly, have enough resources to even bring themselves down here. Everybody wants things to be free, and that's why we look for sponsorship.
Some of the players expressed delight at the opportunity to showcase their talents in football.
Move outside, play some good football, and maybe sign for a great club one day.
The lucky team at the Nigeria qualifiers will face 48 other countries of the world in Dubai to find the next world champion in football 5-a-side game.
Today in Sports.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
In view of the security challenges presently confronting the nation, the National Security Advisor has this important message for Nigerians.
Mama Grace bosse de olobodi young or bosse all young
as she was popularly called, was said to have had a phenomenal dedication to her trading business before she died at the age of 83. It was through that she touched many lives in Kaba and surrounding communities. No wonder then, people from all walks of life converged on Kaba, and in particular, Sacred Heart Catholic Church, to nurse the pain of her loss, pay their last respect, and commiserate with those she left behind.
Mama, render selfless service to God and to humanity.
There were various songs of praise to God for the life well spent by the late Mama Bose Oliong.
The Sir President requests that all members of the family be living examples of Mama to the society.
Mama lived a very, very good and exemplary life, worthy of emulating. It is a celebration of life. The Bible says when you get to 70, God added extra more years of 13 years. They should be thankful.
And in the spirit of the season, both the chief celebrant and Kogi State Deputy Governor remind Nigerians of the need to peacefully exercise their franchise in the upcoming elections.
Do not resort to violence. It's not worth it.
Mama Bosede Ologbodiong is survived by 9 children, many grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
Whatever I am today is responsible for it. Everything.
And that was when the family of the media advisor to the Senate president gave a befitting burial to their matriarch, Mama Grace. That's our afternoon Newsline tonight. We really enjoyed your company, and that is why we invite you again for a most interesting outing come Sunday next week. For now, sleep well and God bless Nigeria.
Entertainment, the first, breaking the news. We are Africa's largest network. NTA, Africa's largest network. Second to none. The first, the biggest, the best.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.